We all know those GLP-1 injections work wonders, but that price tag almost gave me a heart attack when my insurance denied coverage. I was staring at a choice between paying my mortgage or paying for weight loss. Talk about a rock in a hard place. Then I found Elevate Health compounded semaglutide at just $58 with payment plans that don't require a second mortgage. Same medication, same results, but a price that real folks can actually afford. Visit joinelevate.com today. That's JOINELEVATE.com. Your wallet will be as happy as your waistline. This medication is not FDA approved.
Hi, babes, and welcome to this week's episode of The Final FronTia. Now, our guest this week is a lesbian, that is celebrity lesbian. They are a monochromatic fashion icon, and they're the host of the Masked Singer official after show called The After Mask. It's Harriet Rose.
Kofi, hello, hi.
Thank you for joining me here.
Thank you for having me join you here.
In my living room. This is where I live.
I know, and it's lovely, cosy house you have.
Yeah, we've added some leaves just to spice it up.
As I said to you on entry, no expense spared. It looks beautiful.
Oh, on entry, very naughty. This is very bizarre for me because I feel like this is like turning the tables. I have to ask you things.
I know, I find it, I'm getting more used to it now, but I don't know how to do it the other way round.
Interesting.
Well, let's see how this goes, because I'm probably going to start firing questions at you at some point. I'll try not to, though.
No, I quite like that, but I don't notice it when it happens.
Yeah.
Like James Barr did the same thing, where I was suddenly like, why are you interviewing me?
Yeah.
This is that. So this podcast is all about fandoms.
Yeah.
And I like to like dig deep and find out about like iconic fandoms that people enjoy. And I hear on the grapevine, because I do research, because I'm professional.
Wow.
I texted our friend Alice. Apparently you
Shout
like...
out Alice.
Yeah, slay, queen. Apparently you really like horror in general as like a concept.
I am it's not just like, I'm obsessed with horror. I wrote my dissertation on horror films.
Wait, that's like deep.
Yeah, it was a deep dissertation as well. It was about, do you want to know what it was?
I would.
It was the impact of women on the slasher genre of horror and how women are portrayed basically in horror of the like 1960s, 70s to now.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. Where did you study, if I may ask?
Goldsmiths.
Love that.
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
Very that. And what was the degree?
It was drama. I wanted to be an actor originally.
Really?
Yeah, I was Nancy in Oliver at school. I talk about it a lot.
That's actually very impressive. It's a hard role.
As long as he... Yeah.
What's the name of Nancy's friend? Bess, is it? Or something?
Oh, God, I can't
She got like
remember.
a mate in the stage musical.
Oh, I didn't have a mate in this one.
Oh, okay.
I just had Bill.
Nice.
It was not nice.
No, it's
No.
not actually a very
No,
like
Bill.
child-appropriate show.
And now I'm a lesbian, so I wonder why that happened.
Who played Bill? Are we still in touch? Okay.
No, I actually don't remember. It was an all-girls school, so everyone was a girl. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Actually, that's so funny. I have no memory of who... So sorry to whoever played Bill.
They're probably watching this right now being like, wow, I thought we
what
were
a
close.
bitch. Yeah.
Wait, so it was an all-girls production of Oliver?
I
That's
also did an
fierce.
all-girls production of Bugsy Malone where I was, guess what? Bugsy Malone.
Nice.
Yeah. That was where this sort of mask cosplay started.
Wait, so did you feel like you were going to do like, your trajectory was musical theatre?
Yes, I did. I wanted to do just like comedy, funny theatre.
What would be like the ideal role? Like, where were you looking?
Oh, that's a good...
Because I'm not going to lie.
No, tell me. Tell me what you think.
You give me Six the Musical.
Oh my God. The one about the wives of Henry VIII.
I feel like you could be an Anne Boleyn.
Oh my God, I would love to be Anne Boleyn.
This is your audition, actually.
Beheaded, deaded, survived, or whatever it is.
That's close. We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
No, did you have any like dream roles that you were like aspiring to?
You know what? I wanted to be an actor. I really wanted to play a detective because I just love detective. I used to love being a detective when I was a kid. So I basically wanted to be an actor so that I could do the job I definitely wouldn't be able to do like in real life on film.
When you say detective, do you mean like Scandi drama, The Bridge energy?
Yeah, the Vera, like Sarah Lancashire energy, like you know.
What's the Sarah Lancashire one with the guy and the kid and the thing?
Yellow, no.
No,
don't
it's something...
Cut this out because this is one of my favourite shows. And
yeah, no, same though. It's like, the only phrase I can think of is Peaky Blinders, and it's not that.
That's going to hurt my feelings.
It's really upsetting me. And it's like in a lovely village.
I think what will happen is in the middle of this, Happy Valley!
Happy Valley, there we go. It's Happy Valley.
There it is.
So you saw yourself as a Happy Valley.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then basically what happened was my drama teacher, her name was Goza, shout out Goza, told me I was shit. She said, babes, you just act as an exaggerated version of yourself, which is acting. Yeah,
that's very valid.
She didn't say I was shit, to be fair. She just said, you are basically yourself in every character you play. So I would wonder whether it's the right thing for you. Then I questioned my entire existence. And then I recognised, actually, I love talking to people and I love connecting with people and I love vibing with people. So I was like, let me try presenting. And I did, and I loved it so much more than I loved acting.
That's very interesting. Because you were bringing so much of yourself to all the characters, you might as well just bring your whole self to the table.
Exactly.
Ask some questions.
And I quite like talking to... Because actors really... There's quite few actors that have my kind of personality. Yeah. That are like really loud and leery. Like a lot of actors are quite introverted. Not all of them, but a lot of them are quite introverted, quite shy, quite quiet.
Yeah, let themselves come out in the characters rather than like being extroverted in their everyday lives.
Whereas I'm like blah, 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 all the time.
No, that's so true. I actually feel like a little bit like intimidated because obviously you like do the questions and now I'm here like...
And I walked in like this as well.
Yeah,
Scared you.
Threatened my life.
Scared you. That's very sweet, but also weird for me to hear. Because it's like, I understand that.
Yeah.
Because I do, but also you do that job as well.
Yeah. But like in this specific scenario,
it's like the Spider-Men that are doing this.
Pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's also because I'm like, we'd think of different things at different times for like different stuff. And I'm like, I have to ask the right thing. But have you ever had like moments where you've been like really intimidated?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was affirming.
What? And I meant it.
Thank you.
Because, you know, I will tell you one secret about actors that I think is true. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong. When an actor says, oh, wow, that's a really good question, they don't actually think it's a really good question.
They're stalling for time.
They're stalling for time. And it may mean that they think it's a good question or not a good question. But I think it's always an interesting thing when people take that clip and they're like, look, they said I had a good question. It's like, you have an interesting question.
Yeah.
It's like, that's even better.
That is better.
Because to me, when you ask that, I genuinely feel like that is such a good question because I am the kind of person that's very unintimidatable, I feel.
Yeah, you give that energy.
And in lots of ways, like I'm intimidated by things that other people wouldn't be. But in general, in interviews, I don't get intimidated, and I counter it by just being extremely normal and weird.
Yeah, you do. Like you gave Rock to The Rock.
Yes,
that was pretty iconic.
And also, whatever happens, I can look back at you with a straight face. You know what I mean? If you're making a rock-based innuendo about a piece of rock that's a large, hard stick, like I don't know why, but I just don't get flustered, you know?
No, that's very fair.
But I must have been intimidated in the past. I think the Rock one, I'd been flown by Disney across the world.
Casual.
To interview him.
Humble brag.
And I had 8 minutes. So I was intimidated by the concept of not getting...
Wait, they flew you across the world to have an 8-minute chat?
Yeah.
I actually loved... Did you get to stay for a bit or were you straight back?
Oh, no, I was there for 5 days. It was absolutely one of the most magical experiences of my life.
That's gorgeous and wonderful. Also,
so 8 minutes of work.
Weird that they haven't, like, maybe a Zoom call might have been easier for them.
No, please don't.
No, let's not give them ideas.
Yeah, please don't.
Do the flights.
So maybe that's the last time I was intimidated because I was intimidated more by the concept of only having 8 minutes and being like, well, it's not like an everyday junket where you can be like, oh, well, today didn't go as well as you wanted it to.
Yeah.
And I tell you, actually, that's just reminded me of the second most intimidating moment of my year was one of my favourite childhood films is Beetlejuice.
Love.
And when the second one came out, I was like, I need to do something with this. And I was so gassed to see that Clara Amfo was hosting the premiere because I adore Clara and I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
And I got asked to host a Q&A alongside that with the entire cast and Tim Burton. So that is an interview with, I think it was 8 people at once.
And 8 iconic people as well.
But 8 Hollywood megastars.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega, Winona Ryder, Willem Dafoe, Tim Burton, Monica Bellucci, Justin Theroux. I think that's all of them.
The recall there was, it's right there.
I have PTSD. But it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. And I always find that when I'm intimidated in that way, it's going to be one of the best moments of my life. I love being intimidated in that way, where it's like, you're about to do something that you've never done in your career before. I've never interviewed 8 Hollywood celebrities at once, whilst also having to hold an audience and like interact with them and do all that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was all live streamed. So it wasn't like a stop start, let's get that question again vibe. It was like, do the questions, smash it. And it was one of the best experiences of my life, but I was shitting my pants.
Sometimes that anxiety carries you through, though. The
100%.
nervous energy sort of like gives you the power to get the job done.
And Winona Ryder came up to me. Is a hilarious sentence. And was like, wow, you're amazing. And I was like, oh my God. Then Jenna Ortega said the same thing. And then Catherine O'Hara, who I've watched since I was a kid, and I think is one of the funniest comedic actresses in the world.
She is.
Came up behind me and went, you were amazing. And I was like, shit, these are like, if I'm going to impress people, I'm pretty chuffed that it's them.
That is pretty incredible.
I was really, and I don't mean to say that to be like, I'm amazing, but...
No, but you should. But in that moment, sorry, I was. Yeah.
I did a really, really, really good job at interviewing 8 people at once who are all Hollywood megastars.
And you should be allowed to celebrate that.
And they were all so nice, and they came up to me individually and said how great it was. Except for Willem Dafoe. You didn't tell me I was great, so we'll never move on from that,
He's
Willem.
busy, maybe. I don't know. Did Jenna Ortega do it? Like, does she smile?
Yeah.
Real question.
Oh, I made her laugh quite a lot. I did a second interview with her where I was wearing a T-shirt that said, sounds gay, I'm in.
Right.
And I think that we got on really well after she saw that T-shirt.
I do love the fact you bring a lot of lesbian culture to the interview, especially the moments where you shout, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
I love those.
Well, I think it's important to shout, I'm a lesbian if you are one.
You should.
Yeah.
Representation matters.
Yeah. Actually, Simon Jones PR, who I know has been mentioned on this podcast loads, highlighted something to me recently, which was, I'm gay in straight media, and I've suddenly realised how proud I was of that. I want to be gay in gay media as well. But I was like, I'm actually more known for being gay in straight media than I am in gay media. And that's why I do it, because I want everybody to see that I'm a lesbian, because, you know, why wouldn't you want to know that?
Also sort of like breaking through, that's like, those are the moments, those are the people who give the representation to like younger people who don't see themselves reflected. Like kids and families and stuff are going to watch you hosting the Masked Singer after show.
Yeah.
More than they're going to watch Drag Race, because that's maybe not for like 8-year-olds.
Although I think that changed. I think that changed with your series. I do think that changed. Like, I think way more straight people started watching it during that time.
Ooh.
I really do. But yes, you're right. Like, I do because I don't see, funnily enough, I don't see Drag Race as even queer media anymore. It's everybody. Yeah. It's very much in the way that RuPaul did that very cleverly, I think.
Sneaky.
RuPaul started as, you sneaky girl.
Sneaky Ru.
Sneaky little Ru. She started as a drag queen who would do bits and bobs on TV shows, and then became a brand in herself that's commercialized drag in a way that has made it accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
You've got all the straight girlies coming to your shows now.
Honestly, yeah, love a brunch.
Love brunch is when you're trying to grab me.
Doing a brunch, which is why I only did one brunch last year.
Yeah.
No, but it's so true. You're sort of like fully being proud to be yourself and representing that in mainstream media is iconic.
Yeah, but I also think, I will caveat it with, I'm extremely privileged by the fact that I am white and what you would define as straight passing. And that's another reason why I do what I do, or I try to, because I want to create and reinforce the narrative that you can look any way. But also, I am in a position of power and privilege. So I need to use that to break stereotypes to then hopefully make it easier for people who don't have as easy a time of being gay in public.
That is so true.
Queer in public.
But you also serve looks, which I think is also very important.
That's mainly why. It's mainly about making lesbians look cool.
Which you do.
Thank you.
Quite effortlessly, actually. I don't know why I didn't bring you here just to like gas you up, but
please
I
do.
suddenly feel like I should. Let's get get back onto the horror train?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, that's me. That's very me.
No, I
I got onto 3 different trains and took you to another location. I'm so sorry.
And truly, I'm at peace with it. It's quieting my ADHD brain, and I love it. Well, it's wonderful.
Mine is fully engaged.
So you wrote your dissertation,
yes,
on ladies in horror,
and I didn't know I was gay at this point, which is so funny.
Wait.
Oh, I think I just started to work it out.
Was writing it the thing that made you start to go,
Magic.
wait a second.
Oh, wait a minute.
I've said heaving bosom too many times. Bury that.
Funny enough, it was about heaving bosom. No, it was about the sexualization of women from the perspective of men. So maybe it was a bit of a commentary of like, I was starting to realize I was a lesbian and that like I wasn't into the male gaze. And like I love saying male gaze because it sounds like we're saying male gaze.
Yeah, but male gaze.
Male gaze.
Male gaze.
Mel gaze, yeah.
Mel Ginsberg. That was...
Mel Gibson.
Mel Giedroyc? Is that how you say it?
Well done.
Thank you.
I don't know any more Mel G's. Mel Goldstein, whoever that is. But yeah, I, at that time, was going through a big change of really straight girl to bi girl to eventually massive lesbian girl.
Were you very straight at uni? Like
at the beginning I was, until I started snogging girls on nights out and being like, this is more than silly.
So did it start as like cricky and then...
Oh, big time. I was like, just gonna snog my mates, lol.
That's fierce though.
Yeah, and then I fell in love with a girl who was my friend, and I told her that I loved her, and she didn't love me back, sadly. She was straight. But
boo. Sorry, boo straight.
Gutted for her.
Yeah.
No, but we're still friends, and it was a big learning curve of I actually learned to love a girl and managed to do it in a sort of safe space that didn't end up working out. Wasn't the love story.
Yeah.
But it was a real start to show me like what I actually wanted on this earth, which is to date women.
That's how it works. I had the same journey.
Did you? Tell me about yours, please, because I don't know it, I don't think.
At school, I've actually mentioned this person's name several times, including on an episode of Queer Epiphany.
Great show, Queer Epiphany.
Love Queer Epiphany. Yeah, I was in love with this boy at school who is now married and has 2 kids and also has his own cricket podcast, which sounds boring, Johnny.
Yeah. That does sound, honestly, that sounds like my worst, no offense, Johnny, that sounds like my worst nightmare.
Truly. He's
We're not his target demographic, are we?
Truly not. And probably, I'm going to guess his wife probably doesn't love me mentioning him by name all the time and saying I was in love with him.
But why?
I don't know. I think she should think that's slay.
I think she should think that's absolutely slay. And also, she probably hates the cricket podcast too.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Although I think she is like one of those like sporty like queens. Like I feel like she's got that energy.
I just don't think cricket's a sport. Anyway, let's not go on to it before I get cancelled by cricket.
It's too soon. Not now. It's too early to get cancelled by cricket.
Guys, I don't want to get cancelled before I've even been started.
If you had to be cancelled by a sport, which one would it be?
Javelin.
That's fierce.
I just said that. That was the first thing that came to my head. I used to do javelin at school.
That was Freudian.
Yeah.
Just came straight away.
Oh my God, cancelled by dick. That's basically what I was saying.
It's a metaphor.
Freudian.
Why did you do javelin? Were you just particularly good at it?
I was a masked lesbian hidden inside a straight girl's body.
Not the shot put, the javelin.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain like delicate...
Well, I think I'm a bit more dainty. I'm a bit more like, ooh, 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 boop. You know?
That is how you do javelin.
Like,
I like sometimes had to do javelin at school and I hated doing it because I was like this very violent.
Well, you're more limmy than me.
Yeah, I was a high jump.
Whereas I'm short and stout. You're tall and glorious. And I feel like doing javelin, you'd be able to hit a plane if you threw a javelin.
But that's kind of the point.
Yeah, but I mean, not really, hun. You don't want you taking down planes with your javelin.
No, and the other side, fun fact, the other side, not even just the pointy bit, also dangerous.
Yeah, both of them.
Why is it not just like a rubber tip? Oh, why is it not just like a... Like
very true, Bestie. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
we
very
asked the javelin community. If anyone is in the javelin community, can you get in touch about why there's not a safety end for the javelin?
Yeah, comment below if you understand how javelins are made. So horror films and ladies in those. You wrote your dissertation on it.
Oh my God, how did we get here?
It was the female gaze about the male gaze about the female gaze.
Yeah. And essentially, I used to watch horror films with my dad at an age which was far too young to be acceptable. And it was my bonding experience with him because he was a very busy man. Mm-hmm. He was very, his time was very limited. And I was desperate to just have his attention.
Yeah.
And I had his attention while watching horror films, in the sense that we were like together and watching them together and experiencing that together. And then I developed an obsession. But both of my brothers are also both really, they're not as much into horror as me, but definitely sci-fi and horror is like a genre of our family.
Interesting. I do feel like that is quite queer, because I have like early memories of like watching horror films with my dad.
Yeah.
Or like maybe they wouldn't necessarily be considered horror, but me, age 7, I thought The Lost Boys was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, don't be a wimp, but...
Very that. Even Dune, the original like Dune film, I was like, oh, there's a scary worm. I hate this.
As in the Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah, pre-Timmons End, like there was the original film which had Sting in a loincloth, Queer
Sting.
Awakening. Yeah.
Only thing I can think about with Sting is the sex he has, because he talks about it so much.
Does he?
Oh my God, did you not know that? He talks about tantric sex all the time.
That's
That was
weird.
a big thing with Sting and his
recall.
wife.
The main thing that I think of with Sting is that he is sampled on the first Sugar Babes album.
Oh my God. The laws of a soldier. Yeah, great song. Police were amazing.
Yeah, really good.
And not like, I'm talking about the band.
Sting and the Police.
Sting and the Police.
Yeah, very that. So horror films and the ladies in them.
If we're ever going to get into this conversation.
Do you have any favourite horror films?
Yes, I have a few. My favourite day-to-day is Scream. The Scream franchise in general, but Scream 1 I think is amazing. I could watch that today with no problem.
Oh, very gaggy for its time, having the Drew Barrymore.
It's extremely camp.
Yeah.
Scream is a perfect personification of what slasher horror is, which is camp, silly, bonkers.
I feel like Scream's got like more of a satirical energy to it.
Big time. Did you know that there's rules of a horror film?
What are they?
Okay, so the rules that I discussed in my... not me moving my glasses like I'm intellectual.
Well,
these are non-prescription. So the rules of a horror film, basically the way that horror films were made, or in my opinion, from my dissertation, is that women were viewed as objects. Okay. What a shock. But there were a few rules. If you're a feminine, sexualized, sexually active woman, you're murdered within the first 15 minutes of the film. So the first person to get murdered is always a woman who is sexually active. There might be a man there as well, but it's always a woman who is sexually active and very feminine looking.
Okay.
Because it's a way, in my opinion, it was a way, like what I researched was it was a way of men like having control over women that were out of control. Because like the perception that women were out of control by being sexually liberated was like at that time in the 60s and 50s, 60s and 70s, a bit of a shocking thing. And if you notice, all the final girls, they call them, are in some way masculine, whether that be they don't wear makeup, they're a virgin, they are not sexual in their energy. They got, a lot of the time they had short hair.
Often wear flats.
Yeah. Often in flats. And if a female was the succeeding person in a horror film, she had to be masculine, because then men could relate to her. They couldn't relate to a woman who was feminine being the sort of final girl, the person who survives.
That's
and
wild.
then, so a lot of, if you look at any horror dictated, Neve Campbell, the character she plays in Scream, is a sort of masculine energied person. She doesn't dress
the hair.
She dresses very conservatively. She doesn't wear makeup. Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween, short hair, very covered up,
quality,
boyish. So that's the idea behind it, is that men want to watch women, but they also don't want to watch like giggly, naughty, like sexually open women succeed.
That's wild.
Yeah. So that was the idea behind the dissertation.
The killers.
Yeah.
Men.
Always.
That's wild. Are there any like horror films that you can
and
think
why
of
do they
that
kill? Because they are so enraged by... And why can't they kill the masculine woman? Because she's masculine.
Yeah.
But they can kill all the people that are quote-unquote seen as promiscuous or...
Do you think the people who are making these understand the metaphors that they're making? Like the frustration?
Well, I think originally, yes. I think originally, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
It was but then in a way, it's all subconscious in a way, because I don't think they're sitting there going, like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I think that subconsciously, yes, but I think nowadays we follow a formula. But if you look at horror films now, the flips have been switched. And if you look at Midsommar, for example, which is one of my favourite films of all time.
Great.
Florence Pugh becoming Florence Pugh, like that was one of her first big films.
Yeah.
And in it, she is a woman who is it's just a fantastic story of a woman who is abused and manipulated by a man and ends up, I won't spoil the end, but she gets her own back on a person that treated her badly.
Yeah.
And so the metaphors and the end games are changing, I think,
True.
in horror.
And you do see his Willie. That was my key takeaway.
You see his Willie? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you do see his Willie.
He sort of just runs around.
He's a brilliant actor as well.
I don't know the name, but I remember the nudity.
About whether I would you get naked in a film?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, would you survive a horror film? Would I get naked in a film?
No, Tia, I can tell you from a million miles, no offence, babe, you would not survive a horror film.
On what grounds? I would like to...
On the heels you're wearing.
I have flats over there. I came prepared. I'm ready to run.
I'm sorry, I've made my decision. You would not survive a horror film.
Is this on the basis of the rules in your dissertation or
No.
the new rules?
This is based on the rules of me knowing you as a person. I just feel like you'd panic. I don't see you remaining calm in that scenario.
It depends.
Okay.
Okay, it does depend.
Maybe I only know Tia Kofi though.
Yeah, in this scenario, you're right. Because I naturally, based on the ambiance of the room, would defer responsibility for keeping control of the situation to Simon Jones PR.
Yeah.
Who I imagine would, this is not a read, Simon, would sacrifice me to save himself.
Correct.
So
yeah.
I do feel like...
Well, it is a read, Simon.
It's not, it's a fact. It's not a read. So I do feel in this scenario...
Unless it was a PR-based situation, in which case he would sacrifice himself. But in a physical base, you'd be gone.
I'm not running anywhere. Simon goes to the gym.
I know. He was telling me about it earlier.
That's wild. I don't.
Tell me, I go every day.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you do well.
Big strength training. Well, tell me what you think about me. What do you think my energy would be in a crisis?
I feel like in this specific room, you would be able to keep calm, but I feel like you would end up being the person who peels off from the main group and ends up running in a different direction, and we think that you're about to get hunted down, but actually it would be producer Poppy. Yeah. Who would get killed in that moment, and you'd end up making it all the way to the end.
You're right, I would make it to the end, but I would be the leader of the group. In a zombie apocalypse, you'd all be very safe if it happened now.
I think about this all the time.
Well, just so you know, if you are worried about it, you should come as near to me as possible because I would be unreal.
Are you going for high ground?
Am I going for high ground?
Like, would you physically try and get to a place of high ground?
No, because have you seen World War Z?
Yes.
Yeah, in that where they go up to the flat. Mm-hmm. You're trapping yourself up high. Do you know what I would do? I've thought about this a lot.
Okay.
I live in a ground floor flat with a garden.
Right.
I would literally I've got a cellar as well. Mm-hmm. So I'd batter the hatches down. I would cover every window and wall with newspaper so that you can't see through it. Mm-hmm. Turn everything off, and I would stay where I was. There.
Yeah, like protecting your own environment is a good move.
Unless I was alone, in which case I'd run to wherever I thought was safe, wherever I was.
I still think getting on the top of a hill. What's the one with the zombies
I'm talking about if I'm sat in Walthamstow, how am I getting to the top of it? What hill are you talking about?
Well, actually, Walthamstow, not that far from where I grew up. There's a lot of hills in Epping Forest that I could take you to.
Epping Forest would be the worst...
Disagree.
Place.
I disagree.
There is so many trees.
Difficult to get through. Stick to the open spaces. Wanstead Flats. Big open space. Pick people off one by one. Who's going through thick trees?
Wait, I'm thinking of zombies.
Yeah, zombies are not dealing with trees. Also depends what kind of zombie.
That's such a lie. Zombies can hide. They can run through.
Depends on the zombie.
Yeah, so true.
If it's like the scary, what's the Cillian Murphy one?
28. Have you seen they've just announced 28 years later with Jodie Comer?
Yes. I did not see that.
Jodie Comer, Ralph Fiennes, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson. And I'm pretty sure from the advert there is Cillian Murphy, who's in the original.
Yeah.
He's a zombie in it. I'm pretty sure he's an emaciated zombie.
That's quite fierce because I think, isn't he like producing it as well? He's involved in that.
You're right. That is one of my favourite all-time films. I once went to a reenactment, a secret cinema of 28 Days Later where I got spat in the eye with blood by a zombie.
Which,
best day of my life.
As we remember from the looking up at the tree incident, just one drop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did that into my eye and I thought, I'm done for. Yeah. But I had a whale of a time when I had a cocktail. It was brilliant.
That would be that's my worst version of a zombie apocalypse is the 28 Days Later.
Yeah, where it's coughing and it's spitting and that's the same as World War Z, right, as well.
Yeah, although there's something about like the camera work and the movement in 28 Days Later that feels more frenetic and that like freaks me out more.
So I just did an interview with Lily Rose Depp and Nicholas Hoult for the new Nosferatu film.
Love.
And they have recreated in Nosferatu. It's one of the most chilling films I've ever seen because of what you're talking about. They use, and Nosferatu is a totally different style of film, but it's the same use of speed and breaks and timing to create horror. You don't need like crash, bang, wallop. You just need pauses and silence and camera swift movements and things like that. It's like creating horror with non-sort of technical stuff is really cool, I think. Like just having no sound for like a minute.
Freaks you out more,
like
for
the bit where they're walking and there's a pile of taxis. I can't remember if that's 28 weeks later or 28 days later, but...
Yeah, it's 28 weeks, I think, because on the way to the army barracks, I think, or something to do with... Yeah.
And there's that big... No, it's 28 days later because, you know, when they go and stay in that big house, that's 28 days later.
Is that not 28 weeks?
No, that's the kids' one is 28 weeks.
Yes, you're right. That weirdly has the DLR in it.
Oh my God, shut
Yeah, it's weird. Like they travel on the DLR. Yeah.
Do you ever do this thing in films where you watch it and I think, you know, the opening scene with Cillian Murphy comes out in 28 Days Later and it's the whole of London is like silent. I just always go, when did they film that then? Because I'm like, they obviously filmed it at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, hideous.
And then blocked off 3 or 4 roads to make that happen. I find that so amazingly interesting. Whoever's a locations assistant on a film, come and chat to me because I'd love to hear about it.
I do think getting up that early in the morning just to sort of like wander around in a hospital gown would be too much for me.
Oh, I'd love that.
I would do it.
Somebody
for
cast me, please, in a horror film. I would do
make our own.
anything. I would do anything to be in a horror film. Anything.
Okay. I actually, like, I will not reveal it on camera, but I've always had a concept for a horror film.
Don't say it.
But it's like
Say
a comedy
after.
horror.
Oh, yeah, great. Comedy horror is the best.
Like
slapstick horror.
A little bit Cockneys versus Zombies, that one. That kind of energy.
It is, by the way, a fab film.
Really good.
Cockneys in a film with zombies. What more could you want?
Is that the one where I think it's Zoe from EastEnders drives a bus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. What's Michelle? That's her name. I can't remember her surname. Ryan. Michelle Ryan.
Michelle Ryan.
Love her.
Love her.
She was
well
in an
done.
episode of Doctor Who.
I don't watch that.
Thank you so much for joining us today on... No, so horror films. We love 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
I do think you would be surviving most zombie apocalypses.
Yeah, I am the character that survives and saves lots of people and then at the crucial point sacrifices themselves and dies.
I think...
I wouldn't survive to the end. I'd be that person that, because I'm a people pleaser. So I'd be like, oh no, don't worry, I'll do it. And then it's like, oh, a little bite on the arm and she's gone.
You would. I think that applies in a fast-moving zombie scenario.
Yeah.
I can see in a very slow-moving zombie scenario, you might become complacent.
Yeah.
If they're not sort of like really, if there's no immediate threat. Yeah.
You're so right. I'd be like, oh, I forgot about you. And then they're eating me because I've forgotten about them.
Already a chunk gone.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah.
What did I say? I told someone to remind me.
Yeah, very that. I love that. Zombie apocalypse is like my favourite apocalypse scenario. I'm not good with, and I don't know if this really classifies in your horror genre, but I'm not good with the sort of like natural disaster-based things.
Oh my God. Although I love to watch like Day After Tomorrow and stuff.
I love watching them. I would not survive them. They're
No,
too cold.
I agree when it's like, oh, there's a giant wave coming. I'd just be like, cool. You know, what's that one where there's the giant wave
Deep
and they just
Impact.
go and sit on the beach?
Yep,
Deep
stand on the
Impact.
beach. Tia Leone, I think.
That's me to a T. I'm like, honey, get me something like a pack of cigarettes and I'll go and sit on... I don't smoke, but you know what I mean? I would do something naughty on the beach and have a wave come over me and kill me.
Yeah, I'd eat a steak, I
There's
think.
no way that I'd be like, oh, God, let's find like the tectonic plates. Don't care. Get rid of me. I don't want to be living on Earth when there's water everywhere. I'm annoyed enough when I get out of the bath and there's water on the floor. You know what I mean?
Do you know there's currently a new tectonic plate forming through the middle of Africa?
Oh, crikey.
It's thousands of years off. We're good. But
oh, fine.
Just thought I'd share that. Harriet, we have come to the end of the podcast. The reason I know this is because producer Poppy is looming, as always, with two laptops.
Two laptops.
Producer Poppy, what are we reenacting at the end of this episode?
I can't wait. Oh, my God, yay!
Iconic. Okay. We are reenacting Beetlejuice.
From the new one as well.
The new one, 2024.
Came out last year, one of my greatest moments. I was really chuffed with it. I thought it was a good film.
Good film.
It lived up to the expectations of what I had, so
Which are high expectations, I believe.
Massively high.
But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. Did you enjoy it?
I did. And I like the fact that we're actually both serving like a black and white moment, which is quite Beetlejuice energy.
Yes. I'm every day serving like either Wednesday Addams or Lydia Dietz.
You are like a monochrome diva.
Yeah. I just love to look slightly like I'm a goth all the time.
I see that.
Who's who?
I think that is your decision. As the guest in my home, as you are, would you like to be Lydia or Beetlejuice?
I'll be Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Are we doing accents?
I always default to northern accents, regardless of the character.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, why don't you name an accent that you want me to do and I'll do it?
Okay, and the same in reverse?
No, I'm going to let you do northern.
Okay.
I'm really excited to hear northern from you.
What about Australian?
Okay, great, perfect.
We're giving it an Australian Beetlejuice, and I'll be northern Lydia. Lovely.
Lydia Dietz. Hello and welcome to Beetlejuice. Remember that saying Beetlejuice 3 times does summon him.
In real life? Have you tried?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good friends.
Best pals. And scene.
Action.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Beetlejuice.
The juice is loose.
That was very good.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Thanks so
It's that background in acting. I need you to tell me what this means.
I can't. I'm so jarred by me being Australian and you being Northern. Okay, I will. Let's have a look, shall we? Long story short, your daughter's screwed.
Oh, no.
She's decided to trade last little boy. What? She decided to trade last little boy. He gets to go back while she's stuck on the other side permanently. One-way ticket on the Soul Train.
Soul Train? That's right. Last stop.
The Great Beyond.
No, she can't get on that train.
Going to London.
Very Corrie. Very that. You've got to get me in there so I can get her out.
Well, I can get you in, but I'd say it could be real cool.
Right, this doesn't... What has happened is during the course of this,
I know, the scripting is confusing.
I think Baby J had to listen to a YouTube clip and transcribe it.
Yeah, because I will say, none of my lines make any sense.
I don't disagree, not a word. Of course there is. What do you want?
Well, I've got this ex-wife, you know. She's kind of a whack job. First of all, we're through. She's kind of clingy. If I could just get away from her permanently...
You want me to marry you?
I thought you'd never ask.
How do I know you're going to keep your word?
Swear on my dead mother's life. Oh, yikes.
Okay, fine. I'll marry you.
Okay, fine.
If you help me save my daughter.
I'm going to need that in writing, if you don't mind. Give her that.
Here we go. I'm
going to make you so happy, Jesus. I went into English then. I'm going to make you so happy, Jesus. I'm going to make you so happy, Jesus.
There are various deliveries.
I'm going to make you so happy, Jesus.
Do you know, doing that northern accent just then reminded me of a previous conversation we were having.
Me and you?
Yeah, about Mel G's. And I believe for a period of time, Mel B, Scary Spice, was actually Mel G because she married her backing dancer, Jimmy Golzar.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And that's how I prove to the world that I am
Mel
neurodivergent.
G.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you're neurodiverse queen.
Very that. And thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. I loved it. And this element was my favourite, to read a script that makes no sense in an Australian accent for a film that I love so much. It really means the world.
I think that's how you know that this is a very high-class podcast.
I also know that potentially I'll be in Beetlejuice, the third one, which I did ask if I could be to Tim Burton. Hasn't come back to me yet, but...
I think it could happen.
Let's send this clip to him.
Yeah, let's do it.
If he's looking for an Australian to be something in his show, I won't probably be cast.
You can do other accents as well.
Yeah, give me another one and I'll do one.
Okay, can you please say Beetlejuice in a Glaswegian accent, please?
Beetlejuice.
That was really good.
I like Scottish. That's my favourite accent to do. But that is because some of my family are from Scotland.
No,
Not any living family, but like...
This feels like your native accent. Like, it just makes sense.
Well, no, I'm actually more Irish than I am Scottish. Because my dad was Irish, you see.
Wait, can you do Welsh as well? Why not?
Oh, I love Welsh. My best friend is Welsh, and we used to, when we were at uni together, I just spoke in Welsh to him all the time, and I got to the point where I thought I was Welsh. It's not as good as the others, though, I think. I'm not a native Welsh person.
What about French?
Oh, my girlfriend is French, no? So, je suis écouté français all the time.
Right, here's my pitch.
Yeah.
It's like The Masked Singer.
Right.
But it's accents.
Yes!
So you got to guess who it is.
Oh my God, I would love to do that. I would just be the person every time though, because I want to do every accent. I love doing accents. It's my favourite thing.
Can you work that into the Masked Singer after show?
Do you know what? I will. Next series,
Yeah.
I will make sure that every show I talk to the guest in a different accent.
That's quite fierce.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. This is the end. Au revoir, I guess.
Au revoir. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt.
And keep dancing.
Keep gay.
Yeah.
Keep Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.